Hugh has been patiently waiting to cart us off to Avlee. Note that it's still a 2-day trip, even with our Explorer.
We're off.
Avlee's a bit out of the way. Avlee is also very well defended. Avlee has a number of defenders and warriors and lancers all out here. This is a dangerous place, and we will not be partying here for very long. To do so would require an extensive amount of kiting, which I don't feel like doing. I've done it before in playthroughs past, but I don't want to do it. I don't think it'll be that interesting. You have, like, water elementals out here. You have the Titan Stronghold out here that I showed off in an alternate universe. There's an abandoned temple, islands with the water elementals and nymphs. You have wyverns, or if you'd like to be technically correct, which is the best kind of correct, wyverns, and they're pretty dangerous. The ancient wyverns have an instant kill chance every time they hit you, which is pretty great. So even if you have like 800, 900 hit points, it doesn't matter, just boom, dead. And we don't have really anything to help us deal with that other than running away. Don't worry, we'll probably get a better look at the wyverns before we go. Let's take a tour around. There's a spear expert here. We did not even pick up the spear skill at all on Revocane. We could learn it here in Avlee, but we would have to pay an arm and a leg for it. Clavering Silverpoint, by the way, is in Tolarian Forest. We knew that. Catherick Otterton, Perception Expert, if you didn't already have it. Oh, also, Flailfist has always been our disarmer of traps. That said, being limited to basic disarm trap until I get lethal promoted is going to make this playthrough a bit more interesting. There's either going to be a hireling tax of at least a tinkerer. I'm looking for at least a tinkerer somewhere on this map. I'll probably... Oh, there's a locksmith. Good, that'll do. Good old Beth there. Jenny Swiftfoot here. Identify Monster Master. The temple that will charge you an arm and a leg if you die.
How may we help you?
Because incredibly low rates is not something anywhere in Avlee
Walk
has.
in the light. Goodbye.
We'll try to walk in the light for however long the light lasts. Permanent +2 endurance, which is pretty nice. Got our whopping endurance up to 7, which means that J2 is rocking 28 hit points. Holy Shazbot. Some body resistance, which, hey, would help, you know, reduce our odds of instant death. That said, ancient wyverns hit so hard that J2 could instantly die anyway. An axe expert, he's the Goblin Reaver. And a leather expert. Air Magic Master. Gale's location doesn't matter, but I don't actually remember where she is. Celeste? No, I'm not going to click on that, because it would fill my book with a useless instructor. A merchant?
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Fine elfish weapons.
Now, he's actually not joking here. You could actually buy some fine weaponry here in Avlee, if you're willing to pay the prices. We have a composite longbow, for example, that we could buy for 1020. We also have a heavy crossbow that we could buy for 510.
Fine elfish weapons.
Nothing magical. And
Come in. How may I help you?
Colbin. You can see even, like, the cost to learn skills is noticeable here. But you could buy some nice stuff. +10 to might and personality. It's a shame that I don't have the money. Fine chainmail of health. Fire resistance. Good stuff. Also.
There's no room.
Let's take care of that. put a better bow on the princess. Chain Master. Alien Nevermore is Deja. Infernon here. Buys crates of glass bottles and sells crates of Enrothian wine. There's 2 circles of traders. There's the scrub tier one, and then there's the big ticket price one. The scrub tier one operates in Harmondale, Arathia, and Teleria, the Telerian Forest. The big ticket items operate in Avlee, Italia, and the Barrow Downs. Here you have the Paramount Guilds of Body and Mind.
Guild of the Body welcomes you.
So if you want to buy the Grand Master books of Power Cure, which is the only Grand Master spell, you want access to the Master books like Protection from Magic and Flying Fist and Cure Disease, you could come here, or you could go to a lower tier guild. There's the next step down, but the Paramount Guild's going to be the one that contains Power Cure. Or you could bumble into it somewhere else, like a high-quality magic shop. Might sell it. But yeah. Those prices, though. Woof.
The Guild of the Mind welcomes you.
And here you can get access to Enslave. Cure Insanity. It's a master tier spell. Oof. Cure Paralysis is why I want expert magic. Cure Insanity, we can resolve that with potions. And even then, Insanity is not that big of a deal. Cure Paralysis, though, is a huge deal. We can't resolve that with expert alchemy. And that's a compelling argument before I go into the Barrow Downs of grabbing expert mind magic. We should be able to do that in Arathia, I hope. Corey the Expert Healer. I may have walked past Beth the Locksmith. There you go. So, by the time I leave the Faerie Cave, it's gonna be night. We could wait until the next day to grab a carriage back to the Telerian Forest, assuming that it offers a carriage back there today. Or tomorrow, excuse me. Alternatively, we could walk, grab a Pathfinder. We could grab a Pathfinder and an Explorer. Woo! And just flit across the damn continent. But it's not exactly as if I'm going for, like, a get this playthrough done in a year strategy. It doesn't hurt if we take extra time. We're going to dismiss Rochelle here. I save you time, and time is money. I do find you useful. I can just only carry 2 slots. And you are not going to help J2 not die.
Good day.
Beth here will. Besides, Beth's is a bit easier on the eyes. That's right, I said it. There's some water resistance, along with a pillar of water resistance, which if we were going to fight oozes or go out onto the islands, wouldn't be so bad. Staff Grandmaster is out here. Let's visit Mr. Snick. Welcome. Are you here to be trained? So you think you can become warrior mages, do you? It isn't easy. You must be equally proficient in magical skills and physical skills. There is a test of this. Visit the Red Dwarf Mines. Inside, you will find 2 kinds of beasts. One that can be harmed only with magic, and one that can be harmed only with steel. In the back of the lower section of the mines, you will find a machine created by the dwarves that powers the lift, the only access between the upper and lower sections of the mines. To keep the creatures trapped in the lower section, you will have to replace the belt in the machine with this one, a worn belt that will only last about an hour before breaking. This should give you enough time to get to the lift and get out before you are trapped down there. You can be trapped down there. Seal away these creatures and return to me. Only then will I call you warrior mages. This is the Archer first promotion quest. We have this Warden belt here. It'll be fun. Water magic expert if we didn't have that for whatever reason, which we don't actually right now. No real rush to grab it though, right now. We can grab it whenever we come out. Miles Featherwind, who is the Mind Magic blah, blah, blah. They say that elves are fairies, but in truth we are only distantly related. The true fairies don't live in civilization, and they're just like the stories say. Playful, cruel, magical, and dangerous. But if you really want to meet them, you could visit them in their hall under the hill, as they call it. It is just south side of the village to the north and west. It will be challenging to get to the front door. We can also grab Water Magic Expert into Tolarian Forest. Which, you know, if for whatever reason I forget to do here, I would almost certainly remember to do there. It doesn't look like much, but getting in isn't easy. Careful not to stray from the path.
Suppose there's any gold in there?
Oh, there's definitely gold. There's definitely gold to be had. There's also hissing that we can faintly hear. Now, according to our map, it doesn't look like there's any way through this hill. But Grimith knows the bullshit of fairies at this point. Eventually walking around the hill in such a fashion will teach you the means of finding the way out. Or you can just wander around listlessly. One day you'll figure it out. The little king bows. Welcome to my realm, mortals. Few attain the door, and for that I commend thee. But now that you stand at the threshold of Faerie, know that few return that dare to enter. Hunter? Come to my door looking for magic? Thee've always had it, if thee knew where to look. Some I tell this to, and they still can't see it, though it be plain as the nose on their face. Those amongst thee that are simple rangers are now hunters, and those who aren't are but honorary hunters. Clever the ones who can knock on my door. And a letter. For pipes. So, Johann be wanting the fairy pipes, eh? I can't say I'm surprised he wouldn't come here himself, the coward. The pipes will cost you, though. All your food. Of course, I've got some delightful food down below, should thee be wanting to restock your packs. Do note that I've not spent a single unit of food this entire playthrough. I've not rested outside, and I've not done any land crossings between regions, so I've not used any food. Taverns and stables, and if we took any boats, those don't cost you food. So that's our first food deduction right there. We got some pipes. And that's it. That's it. That's all you have to do to be promoted for a ranger. The first promotion quest, right there. We all got experience for our troubles. If any of us had rangers, well, they'd have even more experience. And now we shall follow the suggestion and ride. I just thought of this. I selected Revocaine because I built it into my head through not just this series of habit, but years of habit. My second person is typically the person who disarms traps. But in this playthrough, it's always been the first person in the party who's been disarming traps, and I'm still not used to that. We'll see whether I get killed at all for making that mistake throughout this series.
Ow! What a scratch. Oops. Sorry about that.
It's amazing you didn't die. Trap damage is randomly rolled, so, yeah, that would have been bad. Let's hope we don't hear
This
that
is
sound
worthless.
again of oops for a long time.
This is worthless.
Also, not really
This
a
is
whole lot of
worthless.
valuable
You have to
goodies
get
in
rid
here.
of something first.
But there is one thing of value. And I've already lost where it was. There we go. The Faerie Ring, which increases the effect of all air spells. +2 bonus. That was a, hopefully, the extra +4 from the gauntlets will resolve that. Even with the locksmith, we couldn't. Okay, we have some bonuses to activate. Plus, we're gonna be fighting dragonflies down here. In some ways, we're stronger. And in a few ways, we're a bit weaker. We don't have Day of the Gods to power us. But mostly, we're stronger.
Ow!
Ah, what a skill.
Ow! Ow!
We just don't have as many hit points. Oops. That's not intended.
Yes.
Of course. Once again, me hoping. I'm really gonna have to be right up in their faces in order for that to work as I want it to.
Ow!
At least someone else is taking the
That was
damage
too
for a
easy.
change, right? Shit, that was funny.
Ow!
It's probably not the first time, well, probably not the last time I'm gonna do that this series. We got a key? What could it mean? I see you back here. Regeneration is gonna last for a nice amount of time. And be a long-term way to, well, you know, a long-term way of healing the party, also. Give me my fruit. To restock our supplies, as the Faerie King suggested.
Let's leave it behind.
Let's sort my inventory out a bit as well. It's easier to do this whenever your inventory is not that full. Take care of some of the sorting in advance. The way I like it. So that things aren't ultra clogged and nothing's where I want it to be. It gets really, really inconvenient to sift through it. My third slot is typically the slot that I use for selling stuff. So anything I have in here, it's like, yeah, I know I want to sell this. Even the Alicorn Wand of Blades. Alright, let's mix it up. No.
Ow!
Yeah, there we go. We just have to be right up on these dragonflies in order to use that. Lots of queens down here.
Whoa, hot stuff.
Yeah. Whoa. Hot stuff. We've seen better plate armor. And it got
This
sold
is
anyway.
worthless.
Yeah, comparatively worthless. We're not even bothering to use Torchlight. Typically Torchlight's just one of those convenience things, but that you don't really need. There's maybe one or two places where it would be useful. Also, I know they're here. Now let's see if I can show them to you. Perception 6 expert to make that happen. Secrets. And of course, if you're looking at the map through expert air magic and wizard eye, you would also notice that
Let's leave it
there's
behind.
secrets there. ID item skill +4. That's not bad. Everyone's got boots though. I mean, I guess I could put those on someone. I think I'd rather just sell them though. Let's just sell them.
Let's leave it behind.
Club.
This is worthless.
Dodge skill +2? That's actually not worthless. You're going to be equipping those, buddy. Hey, buddy. You'll notice our health is looking pretty damn nice, and that's the power of regeneration at only expert level. Its restorative effect gets better as we level up. Here is a spot or a key that we grabbed.
Let's leave it behind.
More plate armor for us to sell. Refreshing, cool, crisp taste.
This is worthless.
Indeed. Does everyone have gauntlets? No, that's that. Let's try that again. Everyone has gauntlets. Okay, one more chest.
I disarmed it.
Alright, so with the gauntlets and the locksmith and 4 points,
This is worthless.
Oh, what a piece of junk.
we were able to disarm that. I remember there being more chests in here, but I guess there's only 2. Again, it's a good thing that J2 didn't die. Could have gone worse. Anyway, that's it. Just a small little place of fun and adventure. We're done with the fairies. We've completed both quests. We've got some experience points for our travels. After murdering the dragonflies, we're actually eligible to train to level 10 now. And we haven't even turned in the pipes. We have to go back to the Talarian Forest for that. We also got some gold, which is pretty nice. Various logs are flashing at us about notes and quests. Now, as for how we get back, all we do is return here and click the button. Da-da-da-da. And there you are. 8:19. Let's see. We're not too far in this video, 22 minutes. I suppose, you'd include a bit more content. What the hell? Let's grab that. Yeah, let's, include a bit more content. Windmaster, who could give you fly. So, what I'm looking for here is... Well, I'll be back this way. Burglar. Yeah, I can do this off camera. I don't have to do it on camera. Let's get unlodged from the peasant. Because I'm going to be running back this way once I escape from them. So, I can take care of that just fine. So, as it gets dark... remember that, that circle of stone that's in Avlee? One of the 3 that we need to tag in order to complete the Druid promotion quest? We're gonna go tag one of them. That light will take more effect once it actually hits 9 p.m. We're not really going to be stopping to admire the sights or pick up loot. I'm just going for it. So, enjoy as it gets dark. Hey, wyverns. Hey, how's it going? You know, I should, just in case, cast Preservation. That's not going to protect me from an ancient wyvern hitting us
But a scratch.
and get it triggering an instant death effect. But, that would have killed her. Good call, Grimith. Good call. That hit would have killed her. That's smart Grimith right there. It's like he knows how to play games. Don't be fooled. There we go. We got it. No time to admire. We just have to go. She'll regenerate.
Help!
Ah! Gas preservation on you. If I'd made potions a water walk, or if I'd been able to buy a water walk book in a Talarian forest, wouldn't be so bad. They shouldn't pursue me all the way back to town, though. There you go. That's the power of preservation. Because J2 would have died. J2's armor's broken. And, the best person to repair items in this party is, Vic, the cleric, who isn't exactly swimming in skill points right now, you know? I might as well grab Perception Master while I'm in Talarian Forest. So yeah, the wyverns. The wyverns. Fun shit there. Whew. Good times. Preservation. Already proving useful. Preservation... Well, it more tightly binds the soul to the body, delaying death due to massive hit point loss, but will not stop a character from going unconscious. If hit points are still too low when the spell wears off, such a wounded character will then die. With Master level, it works on the entire party. But that was useful enough. And if we go into a spot where I don't think I can disarm the traps, I am going to be putting Preservation on J2. And possibly Vic as well. Nice hit point total. Nice. Well, that takes care of this episode. I'll leave you with, reflecting on Wyvern and Wyvern. You know, I don't have as compelling of a case for that as I do in the whole Arctic versus Arctic discussion that I wanted to have with a commenter some months ago. But they had no interest in such a highfalutin conversation. A pity, to be sure. The only thing I can think of, like, because I'm thinking back to, like, when I first heard the word, it's like, it's certainly not a regional thing for, like, the southeastern United States. I know an alternate spelling of it used to be W-I-V-E-R-N, but it's still pronounced the same way. The word, like, originates from, I think it's, like, Middle French, like, vivre? But I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced, because, like, there's a difference between, like, modern English and Middle English. You like hear like say folks like this is actually how Beowulf is supposed to be said, for instance, or how like you know how William Shakespeare's like plays are supposed to be read. You know, it has like a different rhythm to it when you're saying the words as whatever. Perhaps 4:52 in the morning is not the best time for me to lob out these linguistics grenades, but so I have. Next time, we head back to the Talarian Forest. And then we probably go to Deja. Home of the Necromancers. That'll be fun.